we can just say our names.
Oh, okay? I'm doing it?
Yeah, because it's more funny.
Okay. Alright, guys. Welcome back to the Underlings podcast. My name is Tati.
I'm Sloan.
I'm Anderson.
A little close to the mic there, but we got him turned up way high.
Yep.
Because we're sharing the mic today.
Mm-hmm. On our little spinny stool.
Yep, make sure we got it. We got the Wonka bars today.
It is currently pumpkin spice season, so cheers to all the pumpkin lovers out there.
I mean, it is January, but we can go with that. Okay. So we went to see the Wonka movie today.
Yeah.
And we are here to give our thoughts because everyone's been desperately asking for a review. And so Anderson came to me the other night and said, we have to give the people what they want. So here we are.
That's a Willy Wonka review.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we are professional movie reviewers. We've seen over
hundreds, thousands?
Hundreds, maybe millions of movies over the past century or so. So we're going to give you our honest take about all of this, about Timothee Chalamet, about pretty much everything that revolves around this movie. We even got the Wonka exclusive chocolate. This is actually given to us by the producer of the movie.
Okay.
And yeah, I just broke her computer, so let's get into this.
Really?
Yay.
Okay, I don't think our thing's turned up enough. Can you hand me that Baja Blast really quick?
Can you bleep every cough you have?
This is a
Does it
special...
sound like you're saying like slurs?
Here we go. We got the setup here.
This is a special Wonka drink.
The Wonka drink.
Yeah. This is the Wonka OG right here.
This is Oompa Loompa.
The Oompa Loompa hair flavor.
Nice Oompa Loompa. Totally didn't spill this on myself in the intro.
Yeah, we saw.
So we got to see the Wonka movie today. We have a lot of thoughts, I'm sure. I'm sick for disclaimer.
All I have is one thought.
What's your one thought?
I swear to God, you know what I'm going to say.
I don't know.
Further away, your game's really high.
I swear to God, that man said bussy.
I'm pretty sure he didn't say bussy.
No.
But...
Okay.
That's the one thing that stood out to me, was that comment. Because that word makes me very uncomfortable.
Okay, so explain the scene that you're talking about.
I
that you think it
triggered
was...
by that, actually. It
I probably shouldn't cross my leg and put my sock in.
It makes, all the hair on my arms.
Okay, so explain the scene that you thought.
So, it's the beginning one where he's showing the chocolate, and it goes flying, and those people, they, eat the... I forget. I think it's the weird guy with the glasses who owns it. I don't know. Yeah. And so they eat the chocolate and they go flying, and then Silly Willy is like, he's like, you eat it and then you gotta fart it out the other way. Some shit like that. And then he's like, you're telling me it's gonna come out of our pussies? I swear to God.
Maybe he said bosom? Is that the right word? Or bottom?
I don't know.
I hope not. Our kids there.
Pussy, yeah.
That's why I was very... Well, that's what it sounded like. That's why I was very disturbed.
I would be disturbed as well.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. I heard you comment, but I didn't hear it.
I'm going to have to go look that up and find a replay of it. Because
we're not sponsored.
No, we are sponsored.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Okay. I was purposefully turning our labels away. Okay.
We are sponsored, though. All three of these things.
Well, not this one. We can't show that one. We were told by our manager we can't show that one because they denied our request for whatever reason. Said we're too controversial.
Oh, yeah, because we're sponsored by the Wonka movie. That's why. And this is the competitor.
Exactly. Okay. So let's go around and say what our rating overall of the movie was.
Well, we were going to say what was standing out, or my rating. I don't know. You guys go first. I have to think about
Anderson, you want to start? We can't eat that.
What is it?
It's a prop. Okay. What's your rating of the movie overall?
Now, as you guys know, I
Okay, I can go first if you want.
It's a touchy subject for him.
Willy Wonka's really important to me. It saved my life. Oh, okay. Willy Wonka's super important to me. Growing up,
It's gonna be okay, but I think we just need a review of this movie, not the backstory. Just give your out of 10 stars or 5 stars, what would you give it?
You can't rate the Wonka. You can't. It's impossible. But this you can, because this is not it. This is not.
Okay. So give your rating of this Wonka, not overall the corporation. This Wonka.
I really like Timothee Chalamet before this film.
Oh, before the film?
He disappointed me.
Oh.
Because he does not know how to sing. And he pretended like he could the whole film. And as someone who takes singing really seriously, I did not appreciate it. I'm sorry.
Just gotta give him a moment, I think.
Okay, I will go with my star rating. Overall, I'm gonna give it a generous score of 5 out of 10.
You see, that's higher than what I was gonna do. Because I think the only thing that I liked was the setting. Because the costumes were... Can I curse on this? Costumes were shit. The singing was shit. I guess the casting was okay, except for half of them. The plot was shit. So
I didn't understand the plot. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't really think there was a plot. I think there was just a bunch of... I don't know what that was. I'd give it a 3.
It was
3 for the setting
with extra steps.
because the setting was pretty, and I'd want to walk along a lot of those pathways.
It was British.
Yeah.
And the inside of the chocolate shop, Wonka shop, was really pretty. That was the only good thing about any of that.
Also, can we ask ourselves for a minute how Willy Wonka, who had an Irish mother, and
Since when did he have a mother?
I don't know.
That was
grew
weird.
up in Britannia for seemingly his whole life. Had a very strong American accent, even though in the flashbacks his younger self didn't.
There was a lot of different conflicting accents going on there.
There was. He's always American in these, and I don't really know where that comes from.
You know what they should have done?
No.
They should have hired Tom Holland for this film.
Oh.
I think he was the original casting.
No, he
I think
could have
he
been
was.
he could have been a Oompa Loompa.
No, but think about it. It's all set British. His mom was Irish, and they picked Timothee Chalamet to do it.
I'm gonna defend really quick because personally, I am a strong Timothee Chalamet hater. I wish I wasn't. I really dislike him. Everything he does.
Those skinny white boys. Just
something about the way he
grinds
looks.
My gears.
Yeah, it gets under my skin, and I'm a fan of the skinny white boy community.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My boy Matthew is in that community, and I love it. But Timothée Chalamet really irks me, especially in this movie. So I think he actually kind of looked like the Gene Wilder fit with the skinny boned face and the weird expressions. He kind of got that. But he started adding some weird Johnny Depp into it I didn't appreciate.
Yeah, it was too try hard.
And I think Tom Holland is short and looks like an elf. No offense to Tom Holland. He's got that elf look. Not the same as Willy Wonka.
He could be Buddy the elf.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so we got a lot of great stuff to work with here. First of all,
I'm glad to see you recovered. I'm really proud of you.
First of all, I also love the skinny white boy community, but to continue this ball rolling, I personally think that this movie would have been good if it was a comedy. I think Timothée Chalamet is funny. I mean, he's on SNL. He seems like a somewhat lighthearted, funny guy. But for some reason, he was the most unbearably serious character in this movie. None of it seemed satirical. It always seemed like he was this mysterious, not mysterious in a real way, but in a kind of he was pretending to be more deep than he actually was. And it just seemed off. Like, I feel like the Johnny Depp one, you laughed at him and you're like, this guy's weird, this guy's crazy. But it seems very understandable, where this was just...
Yeah, like, Johnny Depp was... There was definitely an off-putting feel, and you felt like he was not... Like, not human, but he definitely felt weird.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah.
Timothee Chalamet, whatever.
Chalamet.
Definitely felt like a normal human being who grew up and had a regular childhood, and I don't know. He just felt normal. And then he'd have like those weird moments where you felt like he was definitely trying to be Johnny Depp and act like it, and it was just no. And like a lot of his lines, when he was like the girl, and out of nowhere he's like, "You never had chocolate?" Like, I don't know. They were just so forced. I couldn't take any of his.
Like, in the wonderful, majestic. It sounded like that high school tour guide.
Yeah.
That, like, every like Disney World has, or every like theme park has, or like they're trying to be whimsical, but you can tell like they're getting paid minimum wage.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I love the Johnny Depp one. Everyone hates blah blah blah, Gene Wilder, whatever. I get that was the OG, but it wasn't good. I didn't like that one. It kind of creeped me out. And it was like old and weird. And the book is a little bit more similar to the second movie, but they added the element of the dad being a dentist, if you guys remember, which was really good because it showed like how weird and creepy and like isolated he was. And he was so creepy in that second movie. Johnny Depp did a really good job of like the creepy, like no thoughts behind the eyes.
Yeah.
But Gene Wilder too was really creepy. He gives that lighthearted in the beginning, but as it goes, he gets like deranged.
Right.
Whereas this Timothee guy had no derangement.
No, he didn't. He just felt like a regular old dude.
It seemed like there was no trauma.
No.
Like, yeah, his mom died, but he was like sad. He wasn't like that weird stone cold like war look. Like, what is that, shell shock?
Shell shock. That one picture with the, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what I'll put a picture here. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That one.
And just his social interactions were too like
normal.
Yeah,
very
he never
normal.
had weird interactions with anybody.
No, he wasn't awkward at all.
Because I feel like in the original, not Chocolate Factory, but the original Willy Wonka, like Gene Wilder, he was like this like creepy kind of like sociopathic, not narcissist, but like just like,
definitely a narcissist,
putting like self-absorbed kind of asshole.
Yeah.
Where like then you go to like the Johnny Depp one, and it was kind of just like this damaged, broken like
social outcast.
Social outcast that also just like wants to entertain, kind of like the epitome of like social culture, you know?
Yeah.
And so like they both felt very realistic, but in like a very much like, you know, insane way.
Yeah.
Like almost like they're two of like celebrities currently. Like they were both like kind of real, but like blown out of proportion for a reason.
Yeah.
And then this just seemed like too normal, but then also just kind of like a con man. Like that's kind of how it came off as, like a bootleg Willy Wonka.
And I will defend the company a little bit because in those other movies, Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you're seeing the Willy Wonka after he isolated himself for like 20 years and locked himself inside the factory. No one saw him. That was like the whole point. So maybe he's like, that's before he was isolated.
I was gonna say, I didn't know anything about what this movie. I knew it was gonna be like the backstory, whatever. But I went in thinking this is gonna be the backstory of why he isolates himself and how he got his factory there, how he got there, how he got the Oompa Loompas. Like there's literally one little Oompa Loompa following him around.
Yeah.
Like it's got no backstory.
I was disappointed too.
Yeah, because I thought it was supposed to be like this is a backstory, not a whole different new story of whatever. They're putting in that new like Disney wave type of thing, which I don't like. I don't like the new wave Disney.
And it just seems so forced because it seemed like it was all like Willy Wonka and Friends. Like it was so like, it was so like teamwork makes the dream work. Where it's like, bro, Willy Wonka is like this like billionaire whack job who has essentially slaves. Like let's not sugarcoat it.
No,
I don't think those Oompa Loompas are being treated fairly.
No.
And so for that to be like where the end of it is like if you guys don't know, in the movie, he takes these like cocoa beans from like
steals them. They're only
from,
cocoa beans
from the freaking Oompa Land, and takes them, and then as recompense pays back chocolate, which is kind of stupid because like couldn't they replant the seeds? Like, didn't you ruin their economy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so like
But
now
they have chocolate, so it's okay.
he's making up for that by hiring them. But if this is a sequel to the Gene Wilder one, he's essentially making them like kind of just, I don't know, at the very best slaves, but at the very worst like clowns, like gestures, kind of like his comedic relief. And so he destroyed their economy and then imprisoned them and made them work. Like he just seems so evil.
The added context of him stealing their beans made it worse, because in the Johnny Depp one he says that he took cocoa beans and they didn't know it could be made into chocolate or something like that, so they were amazed and they wanted to be with him, whereas this was like, no, I stole them and their only way of getting chocolate was in me because I took it from them. So I didn't like that at all. And
also it would also make sense and be kind of like, of course, if the Johnny Depp one did enslave them. That would make so much sense. You'd be like, he's crazy. Of course.
It was partially that, I think, too. But I was, same as Tati, I thought it was going to be how he found these weird places, like the giraffes. Where did he get that idea?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was going to be about him going to Loompa Land, getting the beans, going to these different places in the world, and figuring it out, the chocolate, and then getting to the point where he gets a factory, and then why does he shut down, like... None of that was explained. It was really stupid.
And also, like, how is he so magical? Where did his magic come from?
Yeah, that's another thing. I thought we were going to learn about how he, like, discovered to do the flying, like, chocolate, stuff like that.
No explanation.
And also, none of the previous Willy Wonkas were magical. They used technology and their billions of dollars to do what they did. I
was going to say another thing. Wasn't he kind of, like, scared of the kids? Like, Johnny Depp? A little bit. And then this thing with, like, Noodle... He's very much not scared of the kids.
Well, no, because,
like, the opposite.
Hang on, though. Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka was real comfy with those kids.
Okay, true. But different. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's talk about Noodle.
You said let's talk. Let's talk.
Good old Noodle Strudel. Okay.
So, Noodle Strudel, which... Strudel's a word. Toodle's a word.
Toodle is a word.
Toodle's a word.
I don't care what he said. Toodle's a word.
Yeah. So Noodle and...
How about Doodle? He could have said Doodle. That's a real word.
He did say Doodle.
Yeah. And he's like, Doodle's not
But he said there's no word that rhymes. Doodle.
But then he listed like 5 different words that rhymed.
Poodle.
Yeah, he said those.
But did he say, oh, none of those count, I'll find a real one? Or no? That was before.
Oh, what's that?
I don't remember.
Noodle.
Anyways, where were you going with that?
All right, so Noodle is like this kid. She doesn't seem like she's... She seems like she's, what, maybe 15?
No, like 12.
Maybe younger? Yeah. I kind of couldn't tell because, like, she seemed more mature, but then you also looked at her and you're like, she looked young. So it was kind of like that...
Well, she was like 12. She's an abused orphan,
yeah, so... She definitely... The actor made it seem like she was
the only... I think she was a better... actress than Timothee, Chalamet, whatever.
Yeah, most of them. And I liked the one other girl. That was like the telephone girl.
Oh, I really liked her too.
Yeah. Which also was weird. But let's stay on Noodle for a second.
Yeah.
Why did they make that like a weird... It seemed like a romance scene.
Like, slow dancing?
Yeah.
They slow danced. They were like dancing through like the building tops. And I guess it's supposed to be innocent, whatever. But for some reason, it just seemed weird.
Are we gonna get called out for looking at it like this?
No, that was weird. They were slow dancing. Like it was just. Would you slow dance with a random child you just met?
No, it was really weird.
He's a man.
They were spinning around and around. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And the drowning scene, I thought that was giving.
Oh no.
I don't know, but there were a lot of
it was a little odd.
Weird.
In the whole movie.
And why? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say, because he had such a big thing about orphan syndrome. Does he consider himself an orphan? Is that why he has such a connection to her? Like, it doesn't explain why he gives.
They never go into that.
Who cares?
No.
There's no depth to the movie.
The overall plot confused me as well.
Yeah, no.
The beginning, 0 sense. There was no introduction. It was like a random song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It did seem like they did it too quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, the plot was quite simple, but it did feel kind of jarring because like I felt like you're kind of like run into it too quickly. So I don't really know, but
it was really strange because at first it was so comical that I thought that's how it was gonna be. Because in the beginning he's like, you get taxed for daydreaming. Like I was like, oh, this is gonna be silly.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't like very funny or silly at all.
It was like 1950s humor.
Yeah, it was
None
really
of
weird.
it seemed funny. It was all like, it was so juvenile, but then there's other parts that were so serious.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those movies that felt like kind of like a play that was like in a void. There was like no world development. Like it didn't seem like there was an expansive world. It just felt like every scene was like a scene. Kind of like that 70s show where it feels like a void. It felt like that.
I think part of it too is like musical. Sometimes I like that because they're doing dance numbers in the middle of streets. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was going to be a musical.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a musical.
Mary Poppins didn't feel like that. Mary Poppins was very like imagination and like big world and stuff like that.
Oh, Mary Poppins is such a good movie.
And if it was like Mary Poppins, it would have been like great. And I think that's what they're going for a lot of the time. But it was like bootleg Mary Poppins with like a 2-dimensional character. So it felt like.
And then I wonder, do you guys think the boat that he lived on with his mom is an ode to the boat in the original? Like that they ride in that boat in the river?
That's what I thought of.
Is that where he got his?
Where have I seen this boat before?
Like I think they were getting like an inspiration from that boat to be like, okay, his backstory makes him want to have a boat.
I wonder how many things are like that, like a ode or whatever.
Like tie back into it. We should have watched the original right before we went.
And maybe it was like that because it's supposed to be like twisted. Showing like his like childhood trauma, or is like the flashing lights and like creepy and like unsettling.
Well, that was like the second one, and the first one he starts going crazy, but he's not having flashbacks.
Not flashbacks, but it's like flashing lights. It like strobes different colored lights while they're going down it.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like a water ride kind of, and it's all creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's really weird.
And he's like smiling, he's like singing to himself, and he's being creepy. But yeah, so I don't know. That movie, I kind of want to get over it because I don't really want to keep talking about it. But the best way to sum it up was, it was a cartel Netflix original that they turned into a kids musical.
What's the moral of the story?
Sell drugs quicker than your enemies.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing when people are telling you not to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bribe the police more than your enemies.
I'm just not seeing a point to the movie as well.
It was really weird.
I would like to know what the vision was that they had when they were creating this movie, because
I also think that there was a lot of references to drugs and alcohol for a kids movie. Yeah. There was a lot of kids there at the movie.
Also, the dying, them legitimately dying, and the guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Who died?
Well, you know, they die. Like, to a kid, you'd really think that Wonka and Noodle died.
Oh, like drowned? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, they didn't give us enough of a reason to, like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was really dark. Like, when the chocolate was filling up, and you just see, like... You see, like, the bubbles exiting their mouth, and there's just silence for, like, a minute and a half.
It's rated PG, so that's kids.
Yeah, but...
I'm not gonna lie. This feels more like Noodle's movie than Wonka's movie.
And I liked Noodle better.
Yeah, me too.
It's literally it's a freaking, what's it called movie? What is that movie?
Huh?
The musical.
Matilda.
It's a Matilda
It's very
movie.
similar to Matilda. They tried with that.
Yeah. It's like, it's literally Matilda meets Mary Poppins. That's what this movie is.
Okay, so it got a 91% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and an 83% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Got pretty good reviews compared to, like, let me see. I don't know any of those movies.
It also felt old. What was the budget?
Like, Mean Girls got less than this. I don't know.
Because it felt old.
You should review Mean Girls
like
next.
the CG and like the overall look of it felt like a 2008 movie. It didn't feel like a new movie.
I wanted to see more of the chocolate.
Me too. There was no chocolate making except weird little contraptions.
I wanted more Oompa Loompas, okay?
Me too.
One little Oompa Loompa running around, whatever, like, it just made no The whole thing is that they're a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're a little package deal. Like,
And listen,
adding
that Johnny Depp movie had more backstory fit into that movie than this movie did combination with the first.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Depp, it showed his childhood, his trauma, why he likes chocolate. Shows him running away. It shows him going to Loompa Land. It shows his first creations. Shows why he closed down the shop. Gives way more backstory.
And this was too mystery. I didn't like it. It was too magical. Like, I feel like
Oh, sorry.
like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies or Willy Wonka movies aren't supposed to be like so magical. They're supposed to be like there's science kind of.
Yeah.
Like, there's rules to it. It just and as a prequel, I feel like they're supposed to go into it and they just didn't. Like it just seemed like for the whole movie, it was just magic with no explanation. When it's like it made sense later because he was a billionaire living in a secluded mansion with like maids, like with like servants.
Right.
It made sense for him to have like contraptions and magic and all this stuff because like that's what you would do. You live in a building and you're a billionaire and you're only spending it on making that building. Of course you're gonna like add to it, but it just seems so random. Like why does this dude have like this box that like has like mystery magic fluids in it?
You know
like,
what they need to make? A horror movie, Wonka.
I agree.
That I would like something very unsettling. Because
Yeah.
Make it darker. Make all the kids actually die.
yeah, no, I
In my
agree.
opinion. Because the whole point is like each room they lose a kid. But they come back.
Yeah, no, I 100% and watch him like just go absolutely fucking crazy
Yeah.
and like psycho deranged, but like not in the like he freaks out type of way, but in the mentally unwell.
These reviews are crazy, by the way.
In this movie, it just
Should we hear
seemed
some of them?
it seemed like a cartel movie, like the whole movie. And I'm like, it's a kids movie. That's too. It seemed like it was too
chocolate mafia.
Yeah, it seemed like it was too unentertaining for like young kids. But then,
My kids would hate
or
it.
no,
I was
it's
sick
too
and tired of those
unentertaining
guys.
for adults.
They were horrible villains.
They were bad villains.
Where's my hatred for them?
Yeah.
Whatever. They're
Yeah, I
just
had
whatever.
zero.
Yeah,
Boo.
it just seemed like an adult movie. Come on, Boo, stop. It seemed like an adult movie that was too. The plot was too serious for kids, but then it wasn't funny enough for kids as well. But then it was too childish for adults. It just felt like random.
And their comedic relief, being that third guy, was the worst comedic relief.
Yeah, the
ever.
jokes were horrible.
Yeah, they were so bad.
Okay, you want to hear some of these reviews?
Wait,
Yeah.
hold up. And one of them looked like Hitler, and we're gonna talk about that. But like, go to the
Okay.
reviews.
This is the first review. I'm not sure if these are like, oh, here, top critics. Hang on, guys. No, I'm gonna go back to all critics. This one just made me mad. A delightful, magical tale featuring a wonderful and tender performance from Timothee Chalamet.
Okay.
It expands the Willy Wonka mythology in some fun, vibrant, and musical ways under the beautiful light and touching direction from Paul King, a genuine treat.
I wasn't feeling an expansion of anything.
No, and there was no treat there either.
Except my rage. The expansion of my
I want
rage.
more lore on those Catholic
Oompas?
priests.
Oh, that too. That was not fleshed out at all.
I wanted to see the lady fight.
Okay, want to hear another one that's
one-
gonna make
Bro,
you mad?
that is not a plot for
Okay,
a
ready?
kids movie. A corrupt church,
Yeah.
a drug cartel,
Yeah,
What are we
and
teaching our
police
kids?
bribery.
and they talk a lot about alcohol and drugs, and I'm like, is this a kids movie? Anyway,
And death too.
listen to this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of death.
Chalamet
Guns.
is the highlight in this prequel, charming us with a fresh take on a familiar character.
Wrong.
Also does a fine job plumbing its British roots with a dream UK casting. But the story lacks the magic of its 1971 predecessor, so no complete golden ticket.
I think we've just discovered that majority of movies that come out nowadays are just garbage.
That's true.
The quality.
There wasn't
I
enough
find it
magic,
hard to
though.
find good movies.
Because the magic was like fake. It was like, oh, he
Yeah.
can move out of his fingers, like just make a whole thing. I want to know the ins and outs. He was supposed to have taken him a long time
Wait.
to make it.
Are we recording on the computer?
Huh?
Are we the magic?
I just think the magic was silly and didn't make any sense.
No. And I don't know why anyone can stand up and say hashtag my Willy Wonka when this shit is not my Willy Wonka. Hashtag
What?
not my Willy Wonka.
Okay, what was your favorite Willy Wonka? Go.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
The old one,
25
the new
and
one,
younger.
or this one?
I like Johnny Depp's.
Yeah. I would
Really?
probably pick Johnny Depp's over all of them, but the Gene Wilder one, outside of him being kind of weird and like it being an old movie, it's alright. It's fine.
Gene Wilder, I remember being scared of that movie as a kid. Just
Yeah.
the one scene with the boat, the dragon boat, whatever, through the tunnel. I didn't like that as a kid.
I wish the Johnny Depp one was longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the
Like
Johnny Depp
it was
movie.
too much of like that like Rain in Recess Day type movie that like I feel like they could fit into like 2 periods where it should be much longer because
I am a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory enthusiast. I had a whole hyperfixation on it for like 2 months. I only watched the movie.
I was there for that.
It was that was the best era. That was
That was the best
2021.
era.
Oh my god, the best. It was so good. And I watched it every day. So I'm definitely biased, but because compared to the book, I think that one's better. Because it makes a little bit more sense.
Oh.
Like, the golden goose was silly. It should be squirrels. That's the whole point. It was
Yeah.
squirrels.
Yeah.
There was no mention of squirrels in this.
No.
Or golden geese. Okay, should we hear some of the top critics?
I want to hear some bad ratings.
Facts.
Okay. Okay, this is one of the top critics. Gave it a 2.5 out of 4. Weird rating. It's at its best, Wonka can be melt in your mouth fun, but what it lacks is weirdness. The very thing that made Doll's stories and earlier Wonka movies so memorable.
I love that line. It melts in your mouth.
Ew.
Whatever. I hear that a lot. It's a very
That's
interesting
so
line
weird.
there.
Who would do that? What the hell? Also,
None of
this
these
can
are
is like
good.
basically empty, and I have to keep taking specific
Oh, here we
little
go.
drops of it come out.
You can hear Roald Dahl rolling in his grave. But gently.
Facts.
Gently. That's what it says. I don't know if I agree with the gently part, but he is rolling in his grave.
He's rolling.
He's barreling. Because also, I wonder if they did have any input. Because it did say like the Roald Dahl in the beginning. Because I know for the Johnny Depp one, they consulted his Roald Dahl's wife. And she was one of the directors on set.
Isn't she dead?
No, well maybe now. I don't know. Let's Google it. I don't think so.
I want to know what their vision was
That's our
behind
cat,
this
by the
movie.
way.
I don't like when you whisper.
Did they want it to be similar to?
Oh, she died. What?
When
No.
did she die?
She didn't die.
When did she die?
What?
I wonder what Johnny Depp thinks
Did I
about
have this like
movie.
really wrong? Was it his daughter? Because it says that his wife died in the 80s.
She probably consulted on the original,
No, she didn't.
but not the.
Roald Dahl didn't like the first one. That's what I'm reading.
Okay.
But the second one, she was a director, I thought. Maybe it was his daughter?
Director? There's no. She was a director. That's not really a thing. Maybe a producer.
A producer, maybe.
Consultant.
You could hear that one.
Oh, boo. I'm telling you, there's something in here. You guys keep talking. I'm going to keep researching.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to a different topic because I hate that movie with all my
There's only so
passion.
much you could talk about since it's such a lacking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tati, what do you want to talk about? I'm gonna directly put you on the spot.
Yeah, no.
going-
How are
Why are
things
you putting this
going?
on me? I don't really have any.
Hang on, guys. Charlie was supposed to be a black child. That's what this says, that Roald Dahl intended that he was supposed to be depicted as a black boy. But I would argue that doesn't make any sense
Isn't
considering...
he racist?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought there was a lot of
He's
controversy.
But I think that's Dr. Seuss.
He's probably. Oh yeah, Dr. Seuss is
And
very racist.
Roald
Mostly
Because
against
Dahl.
in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book, he's
Maybe
a
he
white
was a
kid.
pedo.
Yeah.
Really?
Something
Don't
was wrong
slander his
with
name
him.
if you don't
Roald
know.
Dahl probably said that after the fact because he's like, I'm woke now. You know. He probably just says that to be like, kind of like how Stephen King says that too, where Stephen King's like really, really, really like progressive.
Or
now.
like Rick
probably
Riordan.
wasn't
Annabeth Chase is black. That's how he envisioned her. It's not how he envisioned her from the beginning, but I mean,
Hang on, this is really making me mad. She was a film producer. But she died in 1990? Oh, look. Lissy Daw? I don't know how to say this.
Is that the daughter?
Maybe.
Maybe the daughter
She was a producer for the 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I think it was the daughter.
Let me look her up. Lissy Daw.
Reflexing our tickets.
Oh, Roald Dahl's wife. Okay, I was right.
Okay.
One of his wives.
Yeah, he gets around.
They probably just gave her the credit for it, even though she probably wasn't even alive.
No, she was alive.
You said she died in 1990?
She's not even listed on her two. He had 2 other wives.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Or was really progressive.
No, like different times because listen to this. His one wife died in 83 and he got with his new wife in 83. Same year she died.
What year did he die? What year did he stop getting around?
He died in 1990. But that's when his other wife died.
He got married for a year?
His new wife was alongside the other wife?
Damn.
Or maybe they broke up. And
maybe they had an open relationship.
Maybe that was his ex-wife.
Or they're into polygamy.
How do you know? Yeah, maybe.
Polygamy?
Yeah, why do you say polygamy?
I didn't say that.
Oh.
You didn't hear that.
Okay. This is so confusing. His second wife, Felicity, was known as Lissy. That's a nickname.
Gonna say, because Lissy, like,
right.
Felicity.
And she died in 1990, so I'm a little confused. Oh, that's when they were married till he died. Big brain. Let's look up when she actually died. Felicity Dahl.
This is like some top level researching going on here.
Last name.
Yeah, because there she is. She looks like alive and well.
I think she's alive. I'm like pretty sure. Yeah, she's alive. She's 85 years old. Okay, see, I knew what I was talking about. He had a wife that died, got remarried in 83 when his other wife died the same year.
Based. No, not based. Not based. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. There's constant and repeat lapse in judgment. I was not trying to make it seem like people who were widowed should immediately rebound, and I was not trying to excuse the actions of cheating that many people around the world suffer from. And so I just wanted to do one-on-one. It's been a very hard and long year, and I just think for all of us, it's probably best to just move on from this and pretend like it never happened. But I am completely open and ready to change. Mm-hmm. I thrive on criticism. Every day I stand in front of my mirror and I say 25 things I hate about myself just to make sure that I'm aware of how I impact others. So,
okay.
I will embrace your hate comments with open arms.
Okay, so just to recap.
Thoughtful words there. Thank you.
Lissy, a.k.a. Felicity.
Cheers.
Felicity.
Okay.
Dabro.
Bro.
Crosland
Bro.
Dahl.
I don't know.
Did produce Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and co-signed as his wife, but revealed that Charlie should be a black boy, and also revealed, no, I don't think she revealed, I think he revealed he did not approve of the first movie.
Alright, well, there we have it, folks.
And I agree and co-sign everything Roald Dahl has done.
Very valuable
I still think
input.
he did something shady.
Did you? Oh, let's cancel him real quick.
Yeah, what
is the latest
Let's do a
news
little
on
more
Roald Dahl?
researching.
Oh no, he didn't like Jewish people.
What did I say?
He was
He's anti.
Okay, I am making a quick redaction of prior statements.
Yeah, here's your apology.
Okay, I'm
Can
so
we all just
sorry.
can you apologize to me for being right?
Yes, okay. I'm here to authorize 2 apologies. I'm so sorry for my actions. I should have never behaved in the way that I did. I should have never co-signed Roald Dahl as a person. He's a terrible person. As this here New York Times says, he was a self-avowed anti-Semite who made degrading remarks about Jewish people on multiple occasions. He also cheated on his dead wife before she died and had a year-long affair that ended their marriage.
Oh, while she's on her deathbed?
I'm not sure that that's when the wife died. I think that's when they got divorced, and that's why it said that.
Let's look that up.
So I apologize to everyone, especially the Jewish people, because I do not co-sign Roald Dahl. And I'm going to touch your hand as I say this, Tati.
My hand?
Your hand, and say, I never meant to offend you and doubt you. You're a smart and brilliant woman, and
I'm here sticking up for the Jews.
And she knew that he was a bad person, and I didn't. She could see through the facade, and I couldn't. I was swept up in the whimsy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda and the BFG and all the wonderful Charlie in the Glass Elevator.
Yeah.
And I never, ever should have said these things, and I'm so very sorry.
Can we take a pause? What did he say about Jews?
I'm going to figure that out, but he is a self-avowed anti-Semite.
Yeah, see, a lot of these guys. Is he American? He's just an American man, right?
No. He's British, of course.
Every British person is anti-Semitic.
Okay. So.
A lot of anti-Semites
I'm about
around
to figure
town.
this out. Here we go. Okay, he was a communist. I agree with that. Sorry.
There's also a lot of anti-Semite communists.
Sexual innuendo.
For children?
Books?
What did I say?
Okay, listen. James and the Giant Peach
a pedo.
has been lambasted for its references to drugs and drink.
That's a big word.
Based.
Okay, well.
Profanity, ass, is used several times, and sexual innuendo.
Not sexual innuendo.
Shh. A scene where a spider licks her lips. What? That's it?
Okay, well, I do that all the time, so.
You can't lick your lips. Wait, okay.
A spider licked her lips?
Oh. How?
Promotion of disobedience. I agree. Be disobedient.
Okay,
As a teacher, I believe in that.
That's probably why he was canceled. He offended the teaching group.
We're going to figure out.
What?
Huh?
What did
Wait, these are things he said?
I'd rather be fried alive and eaten by a Mexican.
Okay, hang on. It says, take a closer look at Dahl's writing for children. You'll find something to offend almost everyone.
Right,
If he was a bigot,
disclaimer
he was an
time.
equal opportunist bigot. James Powell, the grasshopper at the point, announces, I'd rather be fried alive than eaten by a Mexican.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
Wait, female characters tend to be either warm or wicked, nothing in between, while revolting rhymes brands Cinderella, that fairy tale girl next door, a dirty slut?
Well, here's the thing. If he's just taking shots at everybody,
He said a dirty slut?
then, I mean...
Okay, he makes fun of fat people. We already knew
I
that.
do not endorse anything that Tatiana says on this podcast. I don't.
Me neither.
Okay, it's fine. But I'm just saying, if he's taking shots at everybody, I mean...
So the Oompa Loompas were changed by him, but they were originally depicted as black pygmies from the deepest
I knew that.
and darkest parts of the African
I knew
jungle.
that. I knew that. See, he's
Oh my god.
should do a little rewind here.
I love Roald Dahl. I do like his books, but I don't appreciate them.
He's not okay.
You're ruining my childhood. You're ruining my childhood.
And you know how I learned this? I learned this through TikTok a really long time ago.
What?
The best news source.
Oh.
I learned this through TikTok.
I'm
I
so
can't find
sorry
anything
for
about the
Roald Dahl's
Jewish.
black and constant lapse and just.
What does it say? What does it say?
My
He was a
grandfather and my other
communist.
grandfather and my other grandfather.
He
He's
was
a
a communist.
fascist, an anti-Semite,
Oh,
and a
shit.
bully, and a self-publicized troublemaker. Okay, I agree with troublemaking when they demonize teachers, whatever. I'm a teacher, I can say it. I think
Oh.
that's good. Why must she
Boo.
act this
Having a
way?
moment.
Boo, stop acting a fool.
Stop, you're too close to the mic. Stop. I have to cut all this out. It's too hard to do. The woman he had an affair with was an 11-year-long affair.
Oh my God!
11
Thank
years.
Thank God.
11-year-old. You thought I was gonna say 11-year-old.
Oh, that would have been.
I thought I was going to make another
terrible.
apology.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, here we go. We're getting to the anti-Semitic stuff. Sorry. Hang on, guys. What? Murderers? He made a reference to those powerful American Jewish bankers. That
Oh.
could be taken multiple
Bro was
ways.
on this Kanye arc 100 years
Oh my
ago.
God. Jews are running the
It was
media.
100 years ago.
Well, we
50
can
years
have, there was no Jewish innuendos in the movie that just came out
Yeah.
about the bankers or the whatevers.
I mean, I think his most influential things weren't racist, so I think it's fine. All right. Is that
Yeah.
a barometer?
What? Oh.
What?
Wait, what does this mean? Okay, he said this. Okay, first of all, in 82 he said the invasion of Lebanon was hushed up in the newspapers because they're primarily Jewish owned. He went on to say, "I'm certainly anti-Israel and I've become anti-Semitic and as much as that you get in a why does he talk like this? Hang on. And I've become anti-Semitic, and as much as you get a Jewish person in another country like England strongly supporting Zionism, I think they should see both sides. We all know about Jews and the rest of it. There aren't any non-Jewish publishers anywhere. They control the media. Jolly clever thing to do. That's why the President of the United States has to sell all this stuff to Israel."
I think we see where Kanye
Gets his ideas.
Bro,
inspiration
study the
from.
art of Roald Dahl, bro.
No,
Oh my
really.
God.
Okay, we had technical difficulties like last time. We're gonna just stop with the Roald Dahl because it got too much and it's sad and heavy. Too serious, and it kind of made me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie,
And a little political.
because I feel really bad that
Yeah, a little bit.
I ever endorsed him because I really do like the books he created. But hearing this is just sad. It's like Dr. Seuss sad. It's your childhood.
Separate the art from the artist.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
Do you think Van Gogh is a good guy? Probably not.
What's wrong with Van Gogh?
we don't
I
know.
don't
What if he
know.
was a really
Dude, it was
advanced?
like 100 years ago. No one.
Okay, I was a progressive
say,
man.
Some Van Gogh lore I don't know about.
Okay, so we're gonna give that a rest, and we're gonna talk about the future of our podcast and give a little update, right?
Yeah. So as you guys know, this is kind of our first real episode, if you want to call it that. Mm-hmm. Our last one, I don't even know. I feel like it's gotten worse. Not
Yeah,
gonna
this
lie.
is worse. I think.
Yeah, the first one was pretty entertaining, but so what we
Why
want
would you say this one's worse?
because if you no. No, I just think it's worse because it's way less formatted.
No, the format was our worst enemy.
But this is worse.
No.
This is a void. This is empty. This is
I think
emptiness.
it's because we had
fine.
a very lackluster movie
We
to
did.
review on.
It was so boring. We thought we were gonna have
There
so
was-
much to talk about. It was all just misery. None of us were
Yeah.
happy about what we were talking about. It
No.
wasn't funny.
I was sitting there very what the fuck.
Except the drug cartel. That was funny. Not
Yeah.
not saying that drug cartels are
Why do you
funny.
do this?
And not that they're not funny either. I don't know them personally, so I'm not going to make that stance. But what I do have to say is this movie was unfortunately unfortunate because we thought it was going to be funny or interesting, and it just wasn't.
I had low standards for this movie.
I thought it was going to be at the very least entertaining.
I actually liked it more than I thought.
I didn't.
Unpopular.
The funny-
I thought it
part
was
was
more
his chicken
bland
legs.
than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to be either aggressively bad or aggressively good, and it just turned out to be so mediocre that, like, why? You feel me?
I thought it was gonna be like I was gonna want to walk out of the theater, and at the end I was really done with the singing, but I wasn't. I was a little more entertained than I thought.
I feel like they just should have made it more meta. They should have made it more self-aware.
I
It
want
just seemed
more
too
Oompa
serious.
Loompa content.
Agreed.
What? More political content.
Oompa Loompa content. What are you
Oompa
hearing?
content.
Oh, hey.
I like the little guy.
Hey.
He had potential.
Yeah, I like to.
He was a good Oompa Loompa.
Do you guys think that at the end when he gave him that little chocolate, Boo's being really loud, it's distracting
Yeah,
me.
it's-
When he gave him that
Boo.
little chocolate, what is she eating?
That fertilizer bag.
Do you think that when he gave him that chocolate, it made him big? Because in the other Oompa Loompa movies, they're like the size of like little people.
I thought we were gonna stop talking about this movie.
I know. But honestly, I wonder if that was like he was supposed to grow. I had that thought in the movie theater and I forgot.
So.
Because he was like this big in this movie, but in the other one he's the size of a little person.
Yeah, I was
This
wondering why are
movie
they
does
so
not really-
tiny? Why are they little like?
Yeah. Well,
And
it
I
was supposed
think when
to be
he
the
ate that
in-between.
Little
food,
thingies.
he grew. Maybe.
I don't think this is a sequel to any of the movies.
Yeah, it's a sequel to or a prequel to the first movie.
Oh, yeah, prequel. I don't think it's prequel to any of them.
It is supposed to be.
I think it's supposed to be loosely.
No,
related
it's
to the
supposed to be
It's
prequel to the
definitely
first
loosely
one.
based if they completely switch
There's
up
no
the
way
fact
Because
that
the
it's
way he
got a
mother.
looked, the orange skin and the green hair was from the first movie.
Yeah, I know.
He has a
but-
mother.
But there's. Yeah.
He never said in the first one he didn't have mother.
Well, he had,
the second
he had
one
daddy
we knew.
problems, didn't he?
They never mentioned that.
I swear to God, they talked about his dad.
In the second movie, he goes, "Moms
Daddy?
and dads, mommy, daddy." Like he does that, but he doesn't do that in the first one.
Yeah, but
They don't talk
either
about his
way,
home life at all
either
or his
way,
backstory.
It didn't seem. It seemed like it would not be consistent.
Well, the idea was it was supposed to be from the first movie. Is all I'm saying.
Where do all of his friends go?
I don't know. That's for the next movie to find.
Why can the Oompa Loompas just talk?
I don't know.
In the original, like, could
They talk in the
but-
first one,
but
not
they
the
were,
second
like-
one. Second one that he's mute.
Yeah, but like
Except
when
for
he
when
tried
he's
talking to
singing.
them, like they weren't just like, "What's up, Kevin? Hi, Kevin." It was very like.
Because they were slaves. He's like,
Yeah.
do this, do that. Okay, anyway. So on our next episode, I'm not promising next episode, but we are going to do an episode, just some content to expect. I want to do an episode about TikTokers we hate.
It's a
Who?
long list.
TikTokers that we hate.
Oh, TikTokers.
Make a little flavor, because I have really strong opinions on some people that like are not controversial. As well as I want to do some sort of tier lists. What I think would be funny is if we do a tier list of the classes we've taken. Because we've all been to the same college, and I won't name names, but I don't think I've told you this, Tati, but he's taken now like multiple professors that we had together.
Really?
Yeah. So it'd be kind of funny to do like classes tier list or like movie tier list or like food tier list, like something like that.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then I think we should do like some little vlogs or something, a Disney vlog.
Yeah, a vlog would be fun.
hmm
What was I?
Yeah.
I was gonna mention we should have vlogged something earlier, but I totally forgot.
We could definitely do moving out vlogs.
Can do a moving out vlog.
Yeah.
It would be titled "Leaving Anderson, Moving Out Vlog Day 1."
Won't miss you. Sorry.
I think we will miss.
That's a lot of shade.
I think we'll be
That's a lot
sitting
of
there with no furniture, no food in the fridge. Be like, damn.
Hey, even if I make $50 off of this by the time you guys move, I'm coming with you because this is my whole career at this point.
You think we're making money?
Hey, in like 6 months.
I'm expecting a check.
Yeah,
next
so
week.
you better pull through.
Okay, so listen. Back in the day, we're not talking about what this old channel used to be. We removed those videos. There were videos of me
Bleached.
and Anderson. I wanted to post them, but he won't let me put little clips in, so.
No.
I thought it would be so cute to do like
No.
a compilation, but we're done. Anyway, we're not going to talk about what
the
this
past
channel...
is the past. Let it burn. Let it die if it has to.
We're not talking about what this podcast or what this channel used to be, but I will say I made $100, and that's like silly, like you didn't make any money.
We finna break that record.
But as like a 13-year-old, I was so baffled that I made $100 off of doing nothing. Crazy,
Yeah,
but I was
for real.
A
dedicated.
lot of work for nothing.
I was dedicated. I was filming multiple videos a day, like
love
3 a
that.
day. I'd pre-film for a week. Oh, it was crazy. I used to daily vlog for like 2 years of middle school. I'd film it, put it into this little thing, and have it load all night to upload the next morning. It was crazy. I was dedicated, but I made $100, and I was so shocked. My mom handed me physical money that I made. Crazy.
That is crazy.
So maybe we could make $100, but the rules have changed. They've gotten harder to make money. Boo.
But we will try regardless, because if there's anything that we all love here, more than anything, more than honestly most people, is money.
Money?
Yeah.
I'm a very monetarily driven person.
I'm not.
I am. Only because, hey, you say you're not until you're not. Like if someone's
Materialistic
like,
and proud.
yeah, if someone's like,
At least you can openly admit it. Nobody else openly admits that online.
I will.
I understand being money driven, but I think I couldn't be because the 2 careers I'm trying to go into make 0 money. I will barely make ends meet.
So that's the reason why I won't go into something that I'm interested in, because it makes 0 money.
Right. And so I'm clearly not doing it right or something.
For me,
But you'll be happy.
I value my own
Maybe, or
happiness
more.
in my own personality more than money, but there's an asterisk there. Money is like a necessity, and when you don't have necessities, I value necessities over like most things.
Yeah.
And so like as long as I'm like keeping afloat, because like for me, I'm not that worried about money. I'm just worried about like not having money when I need to have money. That's why I'm more monetarily driven.
I
It's
agree.
getting harder to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
That's true. I want enough money to survive. I am worried about that.
Yeah, like once I'm like fully
3
surviving,
jobs,
maybe a little bit
work
above
3
surviving.
jobs, and then you can survive.
Yeah. Once I'm like a little bit
And you can't
above
have kids.
surviving, then I stop really caring. Like once I can pay for groceries, being able to like live comfortably.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I could live off of $100 a week, you know.
Because rich people who are like, I'm just comfortable, I'm not rich, but then they go on these extravagant vacations and have nice cars. I don't need that. I mean, I'd like that.
Yeah.
But I can be happy making enough money to eat, to have a place to live, to shop on Amazon once in a while, have a package come once in a while, make sure my babies, like Boo and my other pets, have enough money to have toys and food.
Yeah. Like as long as I have enough money to do like the basics.
Yeah.
Then, like,
Yeah.
I don't really need much after that. But then like also like if I want to buy stuff that like makes me happy, then I will. Like.
But it is
then I want
important for me to have enough money to save.
Yeah.
Like breaking even is so stressful.
But if someone gave me like a credit card and they said like you have like $20,000 a year to get like most of your necessities out of the way, I probably wouldn't work much more for money. Like if it's $20,000 plus like inflation, like it'll match forever. Like it's not gonna dwindle away. Like it'll stay the value of $20,000 right now. I'd be like $20,000. That's enough for me to like survive.
No.
To survive, not like thrive. Like not have a good
No.
house. But, like,
No, you can't
bare
survive
minimum
off of
like,
No.
food.
No.
$60,000 you can
You could not have a
survive.
rent on $20,000 and food.
No.
$20,000 anywhere. You're telling me if I don't move to the worst location on the planet with $20,000 in my
Maybe.
so if you make $20,000, that's working full time at $15 an hour.
That's not enough at all.
A lot of people survive that way. A good amount of people in our
Barely
country
survive.
that
Like,
way.
okay, listen. When I was
They
working
survive.
at an
Not
undisclosed
comfortably, but they
location,
survive.
at an undisclosed location where people were getting paid that, you can't.
It's super difficult.
Because
but
nowadays, Anderson rent at least $1,000 a month.
So the areas that pay $15
Do you hear
an
this
hour,
though? Hang on.
What?
Your rent is $1,000 a month.
Of course.
That's minimum
That's half
$12,000.
Yeah, that's about
For
half.
just not even like utilities and stuff. That's just like
Yeah.
basic rent.
Well,
Then you have a car. Then you have food.
Mhm.
You cannot survive off of 20. Not in this day and age.
I know people who do.
Who?
All of my managers, they make between $20,000 and $30,000 a year.
And they're surviving
And they
comfortably.
all live in apartments alone. They hate their parents. All their parents are not involved in their lives.
I could not do that.
A lot of them have roommates and stuff, and they
Yeah, exactly. Adult
it's so
roommates.
depressing. But what I was saying from the beginning is, if I got handed a check for $20,000 every year, I wouldn't like
shucks, you bet.
work towards like the best thing in life. Like I wouldn't like try to be like super wealthy. I wouldn't try to make a ton of money, because I feel like at that point, it's like at the very end of the day, I can have food and I probably could find a shelter for $20,000 a year. So if I work
I
minimum
could not
wage,
survive off of
another
that.
$20,000 a year, I'll survive.
I'm currently making over 15 an hour. And granted, I don't
Yeah.
work close to full time because I'm a student.
But 15 an hour for doing nothing, for like literally like not even being there.
If you're
not
allowed to have a
waking
side
up.
hustle, perfect.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Was that
Well, of course,
I wouldn't
everyone would want an
push-
extra 20,000.
If I got 20K a year, I wouldn't push for like
you'll
the
be
most
nice.
difficult career on the planet because I can make 30K working minimum wage, and so I wouldn't really need to. I might like do something else that's more risky because at the end of the day, I have 20K. You know, I'm not gonna like what I was saying was as long as I have my necessities in order, then I don't need to work that hard outside of that because I'm not really that monetarily driven. Like I wouldn't work as hard as I can to like scrape by.
If I can have $60,000 a
Yeah.
year as a teacher, like to me, that's satisfying.
That's what I'm saying. So 20K plus 40K.
Especially as a teacher. But a lot of teachers do not even make
That's what I'm
that.
saying. So if it's 20K plus 40K, which is what a lot of teachers make, then 60K.
No, I'm not saying it with the additional. I'm saying just standard.
Yeah.
60K could suffice my life, especially if you have the whole summer off. That's goated.
Yeah.
But you can't you can't have kids with that much money. You can't do anything like that.
60K you could, especially if you had a spouse.
If you had another 60K and had 120 between you, yeah.
Honestly,
Maybe not very well. You wouldn't
True.
have extra
but
laying
you
around.
could do a lot of teachers do tutoring.
The
outside
fact
of
that you
it
can make
and decent money.
120K and not have extra laying around is like
Crazy.
insane.
Yeah, but it also very much depends on where you live. Like if you live in a cheap area making 60K, you'll
But it's
be
harder to make 60K in a cheaper area.
Not really. I'm pretty sure like
Yeah.
in Ohio, I'm pretty sure they make more than down here. And it's significantly cheaper.
Let's see what the average teacher makes in Ohio.
Because I know, which is where we're outside of, if we didn't disclose that already,
I thought we weren't disclosing
we
that.
can say. With the pay that I've seen is between like 40 and 60 at the very highest. But much closer to 40 most of the time.
Public school teachers make between 39 to 80K in
Yeah.
Ohio.
And I'm pretty sure from the people that we know in Ohio, I'm pretty sure they make closer to that.
40, the 40 is not
I think
60.
they make like 60 there.
Do they?
I think. I'm not completely sure, but
Teachers make about
just
50,
varies.
49.
I knew a teacher. I'm not gonna say what it
Lois
was. but I
says
knew a teacher.
20.
I mean, yeah,
That's bad.
that's really bad. But again, it's probably ridiculously cheap.
It's
to
the
live
average is 40,000.
there. Okay. I know the average here is like 50K.
But that again, 40 is not getting you much.
Yeah, but
No.
40.
Can't have kids in
40 in Ohio versus 40 here is a big difference.
Yeah. It depends. There's some
Is
live
your
off-
But
living on the
not where we
streets.
live. And I know teachers who make 40K here, like flat 40K.
Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
And teachers do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from it, I'm not actually a teacher. I'd say I'm a
Yeah.
teacher. I'm not a teacher.
It's just it's
Fake
depressing though
teacher.
because I know, but again they survive. Like the teacher that I'm talking about, like 40K, he lived in a pretty decent house, had kids, and his wife was
Wow.
also a teacher, making like 40K. Maybe
Okay,
it was
well
less.
that's 80K,
I
but you
think she
can't have
was-
like
I think
kids.
she was like a preschool teacher or something like that. So I think she was making like 30K.
20, 30, yeah, 15 an hour.
And they
something.
had kids. They had 2 kids. They had a nice house, and they
If they
survived.
can find a way to
It
do
depends.
If I had no kids ever,
If you were able to save up a lot, so you could put a
Live
big
in
down
life.
payment on
If
a
you
house,
didn't
that's
have
different.
kids, you can get away with 50K in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
Not
If you're
most
on your
areas, but
own,
in
you
a lot
can't.
of
You don't want to
areas.
have extra, but you'll
And
have
that's
enough.
also if you don't have kids, work during the summer, you can make another 20K, 15K over the summer, depending on what you're doing. Especially
But we're
if
not
you're
talking
doing-
about extra. We're
if
talking
you're
about if
doing
you just
tutoring,
make
SAT
50K.
prep and stuff like that, you can make a lot of money.
We're talking about just 50K. Then we're not talking about extra right now.
Yeah,
When we say these numbers.
that's true. But I would always do.
Because like, I
extra.
know teachers at my school that I work at that have roommates and can't live on their own.
Yeah,
Off of an actual teacher's salary is teaching like 4th, 5th grade.
yeah.
But there are also teachers who married rich people and they have cushy lives.
But it's also because the teacher you're talking about probably have a decent amount of debt, and they're younger still probably if they have roommates. So
I don't know.
You're
Not
younger?
very young.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
mid to late 30s to early 40s.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But notoriously pretty bad with that kind of stuff.
I think that
True.
means it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
I think just at this point, like 10 years ago, sure, it'd be fine. Because it wasn't that expensive to live here, and especially these areas. Like, it was pretty cheap.
I don't want to say that we live in. I
Yeah,
believe it every time we
down
say
south.
it. I don't want to.
Why? That's such a important facet of our lives.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll
Look
talk
how
about it a
cute
lot.
she is.
She's crusty.
Let me take a
crusty.
picture.
No, but I don't know. I think overall, yeah, the Underlings podcast, we're going to continue with this. Hopefully, one day we'll make some money off of this.
No.
I'm just saying hopefully.
We already do
Manifest
make
it.
some.
No.
We gotta end
Lost money we've
the
never got,
podcast
maybe.
today manifesting.
No, we already make some, just not a lot, is what I'm saying.
Oh. How do we make some money from the podcast?
You don't remember the deal we got cut?
Spotify?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought we weren't allowed to talk about that. Because they wanted to make it seem like this is like a indie podcast.
Because they're trying to see how fast we can come up, but...
Well, they just wanted to make it have like that
Fake-
homegrown
fakers
feel.
over
So
here.
like they're going to start like, you know, trying to push us more, but secretively, like subliminal messaging and ads and stuff. And they just wanted to make it seem like this is like a home environment, you know.
Yeah, I think a big part of it was trying to see how fast we could grow this channel, but
True.
I don't know. I'm with it. We get some money, but it's not like enough. We have to work real normie jobs. So.
Yeah, like $1 million split between a crew of 4 is a lot.
Well, upwards
not a
of
lot,
like
not a lot.
Play as
6.
normal people.
I think
True.
like count like Jared. Like there's like 6 of us. It's like a good amount. And if we don't make money off of this channel, then we're kind of fucked.
And also we have to pay for all the ads that we have to push for this as well.
Pay for the ads?
Yeah, that's Spotify's. It's a deal. It's for the whole channel. So
A lot of these.
we're gonna be walking with
website
maybe
ads.
6 figures by the end of it. Spread over a year, 100,000 in a year,
That's like nothing.
and like we only have our living expenses paid for. Like we don't have like gas
Only
cards
100
or anything. Like we don't have any other forms of
This
compensation.
is ridiculous. Why did we
Well-
even do this?
No, we also have the yearly retreat at Spotify, though. We do that. So that's one
Oh,
vacation
yeah.
we get for free.
Do I get to come on this yearly retreat?
Oh, we didn't. Did we tell them about her yet?
Tati, I'm not even gonna lie to you, you might not get paid for this.
I'll give
It
her my
depends.
chunk if she doesn't get paid.
I'm being
Your
used.
whole
This is
chunk?
child
No,
labor.
10%.
Child.
Child? But she is older. She's the oldest person in this room.
That is true.
Who is the only child in this
I'm
room?
not gonna disclose
I'm
my
38,
age.
by the way.
I thought you were
38?
36.
No,
When did that
38.
happen?
Yeah.
We went to school the time and I thought she was 36.
No, I'm 38.
Didn't we just celebrate your 36th birthday?
No.
You're a terrible friend. And the fact you had to zoom into her birthday was the worst part.
Zoom into her birthday.
Like you had
Oh,
to
on Zoom?
Yeah.
Like you had like the firefight.
Okay, I put the hat on, like the paper hat though.
Like, do you know how they have the COVID birthday? Where they have
The
the
drive-by?
parade?
I didn't even do that.
You didn't even do that. She said, just pull past my house, and you said, Shadi, it's 7 in the afternoon. Like, what are you talking about? Because your schedule's so
Okay,
messed
no, I'm
up.
gonna toot my own horn. We had a fantastic birthday. I got her a goated gift.
A stripper is not a goated gift.
Says who?
She's
that was
sold. She's
fake.
not lesbian or bisexual. Why would she want a female stripper?
I never said it was a female. You
Who
weren't
said I
even there.
wasn't?
I'm so sorry for my consistent
Assuming someone's sexuality.
Come on.
I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to assume who she was into. That's not my business at all.
Jesus.
Far from it. And so I just want to give my apologies. Apologies
I'll
to Miss
touch your
Tati.
hand as I say
I'll
this.
touch your hand as I say this. And I just
Thank
want to say
you.
this. You should probably put it in your Instagram bio if you want people to know about it.
All right,
Okay?
I will.
All right.
For
Put the
future
flag.
reference.
Yeah, put the
Yeah,
flag.
I'll put the flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got all that out. Feels
So,
good.
This
I'm
is going
sorry I
to be a
forgot your age.
consistent and underperforming podcast.
Honestly, I don't know
for
if
the
that was like a
foreseeable
good enough
future.
apology, but I'll take it.
It doesn't matter because you'll probably just not be invited next time if this becomes a problem. So we get to
You're
make
So
the
we
Excluding
have
her?
discriminatory behavior over here.
Just
You won't
because she's
invite her-
gay, she can't even be part of this?
Because I like female strippers. I can't be
Okay,
apart.
I might just quit this podcast and start it with someone else.
Me.
Her. Have we gone too far?
No, canceling us will get us views.
We really need to meet the quota, otherwise we're getting dropped from our Spotify deal.
If you guys could see our director just staring.
She's not having this.
She's looking back, like being like, bro, cut the cameras, cut the feed.
Just the death glare.
Yeah.
We've had to cut so much out
We're
already.
gonna have to push so hard for this to be aired.
We're not getting a season 2.
Oh, probably not. We'll have to become
I'm not getting invited back.
We'll have to actually record in our real home.
They're like, you need to get a real celebrity by next week or we're being dropped. But all my friends are saying like they can't come, so like what are we gonna do?
Yeah, so I was the backup. I was the last
backup?
choice.
She thinks she was the backup. She was the backup of the backup of the backup.
No, everyone knows who she is.
We literally ran into her at Publix. And we're like, bro, we have to film later today. What are we gonna do?
I'm still infinitely more famous than you, though.
Yeah,
so I would tone it down there. Okay.
You don't even have. She has like a famous birthdays. You don't even have famous birthdays.
I'm on famous birthdays. That
you're not even on there.
I had it removed for legal reasons. Okay.
I never even got it. How come you had famous birthdays and I didn't when we're twins?
Because famous.
What?
Famous birthdays wrote a lot of unsavory things in the bio for me. I think it was a hit piece because I dated a bitch at famous birthdays.
I think since I'm older, I should get.
You're older by like a minute and a half. Don't kid yourself.
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 3.
I think it was a minute and a half. The doctors always round up, not down.
Anyway, that's ridiculous.
No,
I'm gonna.
So at
talk
famous
to my people.
birthdays, like this lady is very. Oh,
Wait, are we talking about?
I called a female a bitch.
No,
I mean, we can't say her name, but yeah.
Okay.
But so at famous birthdays, there's this very kind lady who works there, and
Kind.
she might have thought that the relationship that we were in was far more serious than it was.
Usual,
and so
typical.
when I didn't show up for her dead grandma's funeral, she got really offended over it because I was the one who was supposed to bring her body.
Wait, is that why? Oh my god, you're a terrible person.
And so I just left it.
I thought that they came to our house for a different reason. You never told me that's what happened.
So wait, where's the body?
I don't know. I was supposed to pick it up at some address. I don't know what it was for. It's
I
kinda
actually
weird.
had this idea
Oh.
though.
Oh, crap.
Now you can call me crazy.
I will.
What about a segment? Okay, because we're trying to like garnish views or whatever. I mean, not views. But okay, whatever. I saw a dog, like a lost dog poster the other day at my work. And it said like it was like a $2,000, like if found you get $2,000, whatever that's called.
$2,000?
Yes. I was thinking, what if we become like dog bounty hunters? Like we go around and we look for these missing dogs, like go to shelters, like ask around, like have you seen this dog? Have you seen this dog? And we split the profits. Like it's not that much. Like $2,000 is $2,000.
And we buy them a dog that looks just like it.
We just match up a dog and say it's
I'm
them.
down.
For the dog selling
Like
it?
I think it'd be
All of it.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be so fun to like go around town looking for because you see them all over these like wanted posters for dogs.
Right.
We should do the Walmart like bounty thing. Have you seen that?
Like the kids.
It's like on like the
Bounty hunt kids?
No, it's not for kids. It's for like criminals. You haven't seen it? It's like a giant. It's a vertical screen that like scrolls through,
And we go and we find criminals.
and it says
We
like,
are not built
It says
for
like
that.
you get like a $20
I
Walmart
am.
gift card if you find it.
to be built for it.
I thought you were talking about like the missing
Guns
kid
do.
wall.
No. It's not a wall. It's like a screen. They only have it in the other Walmart that we have.
North or south? I'm gonna bleep out where we live too.
Why?
I think it'd
We
be
live in
funny.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, every time we say
In Tampa, Florida.
no, we don't, and you can't say where we live.
Can you use that beeping noise I just did in the microphone
No.
as our beeping noise?
How about that strategic?
We should do an ASMR.
I think we should
segment.
an
I'm
ASMR
so
episode.
down.
Let's like just pull it a little way because ours is so disbalanced. Anderson, yours is so much louder.
You
No,
can turn it down later.
but when we export, it's like an issue. Okay, so I think we should try the dog bounty hunters.
Motivated.
I think it'd be kind of interesting. Like, just see if we could do it. It'd be kind of fun.
And we vlog
it's not a bounty hunter, but like.
And we vlog it.
Yeah.
Well, B, what's the guy who does the bounty hunting?
There's a guy who does that.
There's a guy who does bounty hunting, but it's
Chris
for
Hansen?
people.
Chris Hansen.
No, that's a different type of
That's
hunting.
a different type of bounty hunting. No, he does bounty hunting as he's the bounty hunter.
That's cool.
He's the bounty hunter.
I read a book about
Let's
bounty
go.
hunting. It made me like it's like glamorized, and I like want to be a bounty hunter.
Okay,
He's like the
so
Gordon Ramsay
this
of
is
bounty
the
hunting.
end of episode 1
Oh,
of
okay. I guess we're
the
doing that.
Underlings podcast, and my headphones are currently cutting in and out because this is a very official and overproduced show, and so I can't even hear what I'm saying now. But
I'll get the tech guy on.
yeah,
it next
so
week.
yeah, we'll get the tech guy. Craig is probably gonna lose his job.
His name's Fred.
I thought
Not Craig.
Hey,
He's
well,
so mad. Look. Dude, you've known him for like a year.
well, okay.
it's fucked
Fred.
up.
It's not my fault that he has been gone for the last 6 months because his kid got cancer. Okay, I didn't give your kid
Wait, that's not
cancer,
even
Craig.
true, dude.
Maybe that McDonald's you've been feeding him gave him cancer, not me. So sorry.
Issue an apology to Fred and the viewers.
No. Why?
Okay, we gotta cut.
If he
these
gets
now.
mad at
Okay.
me, I fire him.
Okay,
what leverage
we're
does he
ending.
have on me? A fist?
All right.
We're ending this.
Leave
Okay.
Craig alone.
It's Fred! Okay. Thanks for watching the Underlings podcast. I'm sorry. There's a lot of earth sign energy in this room, and it's not vibing. So
I am a Taurus.
we're going to go. Sorry, Fred.
I am a Taurus.
I'm a virgin.
Okay, bye. Go turn it off. Go turn it off.
I do not approve
Go
of
turn
anything
it
that's been
off.
said on this podcast. This is the Underlings podcast. Sorry for any communities we have harmed in the filming of this. I'm sorry for everything that we've done. Have a nice day.